Poor Donald Trump just can't seem to stay awake during his criminal trial. He's back in court today after taking Wednesday off, but so far, Monday and Tuesday of this week, he has fallen asleep during both days. Obviously, we knew about day one, and then on day two, you had Law 360's Frank Runyon, who reported, quote, Trump's head slowly dropped, his eyes closed, it jerked back upward, he adjusts himself, then his head droops again, he straightens up, leaning back, his head droops for a third time, he shakes his shoulders, eyes closed still, his head drops, finally he pops his eyes open. Look, I know right now, trial's a little boring, right? Just going through some jury selection, but you kind of have to stay awake for it. And here's the thing that gets me about this story. Imagine for a second if this were President Biden, if he fell asleep literally anywhere other than in his bed. Conservative media would be having a field day with that, and it's all you would hear about for the next 6 months. Trump does it 2 days in a row, and it's barely even a blip on the radar. Like, this guy at 77 years old does not even have the stamina to stay alert enough in a trial that could determine the rest of his life. I mean, if he gets convicted, he loses the election. He could go to jail. Like, the rest of his life is at stake. Everything. And he's just, yeah, I mean, whatever. A little sleepy. I was up all night on Truth Social. It's absolutely mind-blowing. But more than just being mind-blowing is the fact that, according to one jury consultant, this could be damning for Donald Trump if the jury sees him do this, which, of course, the potential jurors were coming in and out. They saw this. Here is what jury consultant David Henderson had to say about it. People who show up for jury duty and say, or who don't say, I can't do this, and look for the first opportunity to get out, what I found is when they show up, they're wearing the nicest thing in their closet, thinking, I made special arrangements to be here on time. I'm being polite, respectful. I'm making sure I'm paying attention. Now, I've seen lawyers fall asleep in court before. I've seen judges fall asleep in court before. I cannot recall a time I saw a defendant falling asleep in court before, because it is their life and they got a lot on the line. What jurors are thinking is, quote, I'm staying awake. Why isn't this guy? It sends a very negative message that can directly affect the outcome of a trial. So, Donald Trump's inability to stay awake during these proceedings could already be turning the jurors against him. After all, they're taking time out of their lives to do their civic duty. Okay, they could be losing money at their jobs. You know, they could be having to make special arrangements. This is not an easy thing for these people to do, and they have to be all in on it. And when they look out there and they see this guy falling asleep, they're like, this is ridiculous. Like, I've had to find babysitters. I've had to make arrangements. I'm not able to make my kids' lunches today. Like, and this guy can't even stay awake for it. Screw this guy. For those of you not familiar with, jury selection, things like that. Well, not selection, I guess. But anyway, anything in that courtroom can affect a jury's decision. The clothes that the defendant is wearing, the clothes that the lawyers are wearing, their demeanor, their body language. If they have their arms crossed, are they paying attention? What's the weather outside? So many things can impact the jury. And falling asleep in the middle of your trial 2 days in a row is definitely something that is not going to sit well with those jurors. Well, folks, we have crossed that 1 million subscriber milestone, but rest assured, we are just getting started here at Ring of Fire. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment on the videos.